You don't have to be crazy to drive this road, but it helps. So reads a sign at the beginning of one of the most notorious Jeep trips in the world. From almost 13,000 feet, you descend, navigating narrow switchbacks along the way. The perfect venue for a boater?
Our whole boating group has got together and we all Jeep together. So it's kind of like our social club moved somewhat from the lake and they all moved into Jeeping, so we still have that same network, and that works really good for us.
If you were to look at an old picture of Gordon Huter and this group of close friends, the chances of finding them on a Colorado mountaintop would be pretty slim. Their haunt for almost 40 years looked more like this, the red canyons and blue water of southeastern Utah.
I've been boating at Lake Powell since 1972. We first came down there. Our youngest son was 6 weeks old. We've met most of these people through Lake Powell and on from there.
Over the decades, summers at Powell were spent together as families grew and children eventually left the nest. Now, with only the original couples remaining, their focus has shifted somewhat from the beach to the backcountry.
In the summer, I really prefer jeeping. In winter, I like snowmobiling. And in between, we do a lot of boating. So I like them all.
We bought the Jeep first, and we got one friend to buy another Jeep, and another bought a Jeep, and another bought a Jeep, and now if they don't have a Jeep, they rent a Jeep.
Today, our friends have a new tradition. Instead of water skiing Powell during the Indian summer of September and October, they hit the San Juan Mountains of Colorado, descending from the dizzying heights of BlackBearPass between Ouray and Telluride.
The views are spectacular. The jeeping isn't real hard. It's fairly easy jeeping, and we just enjoy it. The views, I think, are the big thing. The color changing and all the leaves and such.
The challenge this weekend was going over Black Bear because we didn't know how much snow there was on top or if there was any snow. So I was a little nervous what we were going to run into, but it worked out fine.
Black Bear Road begins at the summit of Red Mountain Pass on U.S. Highway 550 out of Ouray. Once it crests at 12,840 feet, the one-way only trail drops rapidly toward Telluride. Views stretch for hundreds of miles while the colors of autumn accent the world in all directions. Near the end, Jeepers pass breathtaking Bridal Veil Falls, the tallest waterfall in Colorado, and the old remodeled power generator that stands on the precipice of the cliff. The beauty is a constant, as is the pull of gravity.
Well, we did Black Bear Pass last year, and we weren't ever going to do it again. So when we got on top and he said we're going to go down, you just look down and see where you're going to be. And when you finish, you look up and see where you've been. It's just wonderful. It really is. I get nervous, but he's such a good driver that it's wonderful.
I think these San Juan Mountains are the most beautiful mountains in the world. I haven't been everywhere in the world, but they can't get much more beautiful than these mountains here.
I was real nervous when I first took Jada because she's more conservative and I didn't think she'd like jeeping, but she's really been a real good sport and really loved it.
I have fun and I love being with all of the friends. It's a good time. That's the bonus.
Black Bear Pass is only open a few months a year, usually from the end of July through mid-October, as deep snows make the route impassable. Even if the road had been closed early this year, it wouldn't have mattered to these friends, though. While the trip itself is fun, the gathering really isn't about that anyway. Be they on their boats at Lake Powell or jeeping a frosted Colorado mountaintop, it's their friendship that defines the journey, not the journey itself.
In both groups, we're there to help each other. In boating, you always need help doing something, and in jeeping, somebody's going to break down. Everybody's there for each other, and we're in no hurry to do anything. It's just enjoyable.
We just have a great time. Everybody pulls their own weight. If there's any problems, everybody's right there to help.
We get to go a lot farther places and see a lot more scenery that you can't do if you're hiking or anything else. So that's the payoff, is the scenery around here is just phenomenal.
It's a hobby that you can really enjoy without spending a lot of money. One thing that came to my mind is enjoy every day that you have. And I believe in life after death, but I believe in life before death too.
Oh, as long as I can still get around and everything, I'll jeep for a long time. As long as my friends are there, we'll be there.
Friends are the best. That's it.
From the trailhead, I'm Susan Wood.